Hey Google, stop. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures stream. This is not going to take long. I wasn't able to stream the last couple of days, but we have an interesting opening, weekly opening, with a market opening with a nice push to the downside, but the push being retraced. I hope you were aware of what or how that happened. Let me see if I can bring it here. I am taking a break right now trading. It has been really quite the morning. This is the opening. This is the weekly opening. The push, opening somewhere at the highs or last and push it, and then immediately after that it retraced. All of the push was retraced, but it has left and finishes action at the upside. The previous day also was a bad action, finished the action to the upside. No good high the next day or yesterday, and it is a constant that is repeating the bad highs that this market is leaving behind. Now that heads into today with a huge, really nice high volume during the past overnight sessions, including the one from the weekend. With all I believe is heading into or hedging or preparing or positioning into what is, from my point of view, the biggest news of this week, NVDA tomorrow after the close. Also, I guess there are important news releases for the current week. After a while, the market has been really lacking any important release. There's a lot of accumulation here. Feels usually, for example, usually the weekly. Let me screenshot this stuff. Let me screenshot this something quick, so I can mark some things there. Usually, this number is not that important, but this is going to be, I think this is closely watched. And look at this. What do you think is that? Right? That's non-farm payrolls. Right? Which usually is from Fridays, but it is scheduled for tomorrow. So today, what is it? Wednesday? Oh my God! I thought we were Wednesday today. My bad. Today, the day previous to this number, I think this is the biggest one here, right? The day previous there's a thin market, but we have NVIDIA here, yeah. And as the market sells off, it is within the odds that we may see some attempt to retrace of some of the losses that the indices have had. Right? We don't have important scheduled events for today, other than maybe some actions there, but nothing really important. We have FMC minutes tomorrow. I don't think this is relevant. There's no press conference. There is no rate hike or cut expected, but until December, all right? And as this market open, This is calming down right now. I was just checking my bar charts here. This the first one at the top is ES, Nasdaq at the next one, followed by the Dow and the Russell at the bottom, and all of them kind of like reaching potential or what the traders may understand or assume it is support or resistance and levels, or important levels, right? In the ES we have this 6570, something like that. Nasdaq has the 24,300. There's a breakout here from this level just below the 100 in the Dow, around the 45,500, and something similar happening with Russell, right? All come from very mechanical, as you can see, very mechanical advances that the market has had in the past, right? As you can see here, right? This is the weekly, every single one, Russell, Dow, Nasdaq, and the ES. Russell is the only one that has already ended one time frame higher in the monthly time frame. Usually, Russell is the less I don't want to say relevant, right? But if markets are going to move, usually it's not the one that traders look at, but it's the first one, the weakest one, quote unquote weakest one, right? Now, Dow, Nasdaq, and ES are really close, right? Really close to take or get or end one time frame lower in the monthly time frame, which will be the last thing, because in the weekly, daily, we have already seen change present here. But in the way down, the ES has to deal first with the 100 and this support level, right? And the curious thing here is that as these markets started to break today, right, both were getting pretty close to this area. Remember this thing that was, just pay attention to this, right? This is the Nasdaq, the 25,300. The ES, we have the 60, how much do we say about that? Come on. 65, 70, something like that, which is this one, right? And as this market were breaking to the downside, especially in this period, Nasdaq having an inside bar and the ES starting one time frame lower, something happened here, right? We have extremely high volume. We have extremely high volume in the ES. Just look at this. Look at that. Well, I don't have the Nasdaq here, but because I mostly do, I use the ES as my benchmark. But as this was breaking, there's absolutely no blocks here. No, zero blocks here. If any, yesterday there was some big blocks that came, but all them were fainted from. Actually, I saw them as positioning to the upside yesterday. Right, so I got to be very careful coming into today's session. And when the market did the final push, or I say final, as of 11:24 a.m. today, towards the 6570 in the ES and Nasdaq, towards the 25,300, just notice how close this get, right? Really close here, really close here. And the nuance for me was this market printing really tremendous amount of volume in this area, which is the 6614, something like that, and heavy trading in Nasdaq around the 25,000 or 25, how much? 25, yeah, actually 24,500, my bad, 24,500. right here, right this area here, right? And this is key for me, at least, for my way of trading. This area for these markets, it is key. This one, the amount of volume here in the ES and here in Nasdaq, because of these levels here, the support, resistance, or go no go level, and actually the ES is on this go no go level right now, or as facing today. And if this amount of this inventory that is short cannot hold, and which will be shown by both markets trading below this two periods range, right? Trading below this 2 period range and building value here in this area, right? If this market come back and takes this inventory out, there are good odds that these guys here can be squeezed, because that's short, and there's tremendous amount of inventory that is short right now as we speak. All right. All my trades, every single trade that I had today was to the upside. I might be wrong. Because value is lower. But the main things that I use to look to the upside is the market closing. This market's closing the gap right away. Right. Market's closing the gap right away. Right, and leaving this very questionable highs out here. Now I think the market right now is squeezing these shorts. I don't know how long that can last, but remember, it is going to be for traders very risky. Right? Or at least professional traders, it's going to be very risky, or sophisticated traders, to face these events, NVDA and non-farm payrolls. Any way too short or being too long. If any case, this market has great potential now to do a significant squeeze. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't claim to know what's going to happen, but the odds are here. But as I would say I have zero intentions to upfront any kind of movement. It is better just to wait and see what is happening and try to be in sync with the market as it is happening. I don't want to be in here just waiting, or praying that if I am long, praying that the market is going to go higher. I want to see that first and stay with the market. Now, these are the dailies for, on the left side you have the Nasdaq, and the right side you have ES, right? And I can see here this is a breakout of the inside bar in Nasdaq. Notice where the most volume is in the daily. This is the ES, this is continuation to the downside. Some buying, there's always some expectation that this moving average of the 50 and the 100, may have presence of bigger time frame participants, especially the higher the moving average, the higher the odds. In this case, we have the 100, and special attention to be paid to the 200, right? And to nobody's surprise, there is some buying that is coming from the 100 in the years, right there. You can almost use this as a stop when the market came down here, and especially having this area. Why we have this label as a go no go label? You can check all the previous stream. This is something that we were talking, pretty much every single day in the past 2 weeks. All right, and just let's see what happens. If for any shorts here, and this is the thing, right? How to change your mind if you are heavily invested, or heavily biased in one direction, right? Look at this 2-day range in Nasdaq, for example. I look at these 2 days range, or even this kind of support down here. No? I don't, if I am short, or for participants that are short, coming back inside this area, right, above this level, for the and above this one, especially this one here, because this is an inside bar. There can be some tests that happen here. Probably that already happened. That's bad. That's really bad for shorts, for any kind of short, because the potential, if the market re-enters this range here, the potential is to the upside. Because also the expectation for the NVDA is going to have a beat. It's going to beat all the markets, all the markets that are set for that stock, right? So this is something that can happen. And there are odds that happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the odds, right? Everything is odds based here. And if I have a tremendous bias that this market is breaking and it's going to go down to zero, and everybody agrees on that, got to be very careful, man. Got to be very careful. When everybody agrees in something, when all the numbers, all the pieces or single pieces of information point in one direction, with this, the consensus is 100%. I got to be very aware of that. Very, very, very aware of that. This was a good trade, especially when the market gave us excess in the lower side. And I think, I don't know, I am not here, right? I am not here in this market. I rather leave. I am going to walk away now, because it has been heavy. It has been heavy, a heavy day for me, and also I got some things to do. One of the really annoying things that is happening to me right now is my PC, and this is just personal, right? I don't have access to Thinkorswim right now because I have Windows 10. This thing is telling me that I have to upgrade. And that's what I'm going to do now. And that's why I am using Sierra here to grab these charts now. I was building this last night. Also, I can see here, for example, right, this is the overnight, where the market's open. This market's about to re-enter. The ES is about to re-enter again. The re-enter previous day range. What's happening with the other ones? The Dow is way below. It's lagging. And amazingly, surprisingly, look at that, how strong Russell is. Right? Russell is almost halfway back into previous day range. The weak, quote-unquote, index is heading the way now. So when I talk about weakness or weak indices, we have to be very careful with the biases that we may have. Okay, I'm going to close this. This has a tendency to close the computer. Save any changes? No. I'm going to close this one as well. Close chart book? No. This is what I have right now. Okay. This was, and it was amazing to see. I was watching this selling tremendous activity that happened around the 24,500 or the 25. What was that? This area here. This area. This was 24,500. Yeah, in Nasdaq. Look at how far it has went. That was 200 points. Really nice, man. Really nice. Really nice trade here. Now, I don't think the trade is over. I think there are some good opportunities that may come out of the way, come out in today, but unfortunately, for me at least, I had to step away. All right, guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I wish you the best. Stay safe. Bye-bye.